Alright, so what's good YouTube? So we're back here again today. So for this tutorial, we're just going to do kind of like a melodic tutorial. I didn't really know who to put as far as like name wise, who this one kind of sounds like, but we're going to go with like a melodic type of tutorial today, kind of go over those different sounds. This was a little bit different, a little bit more special. This is one that I didn't get to finish, so we're going to finish it up. Like it's going to be like another collab that I'm finishing up, like in the series of the lost video footage series. So I'm gonna finish this one up and we're gonna hop right in here in a second and kind of get started. But basically we're just gonna make a melodic beat, man, just like I normally would. And we're gonna try some of these new sounds out as well too. And I'll kind of go over a little bit more and get a little bit more in depth because I want to get a little bit more explanation in these videos for you guys, since you guys tend to have more questions after the fact. So let's go ahead and get started, hop right on in, and let's get started with the tutorial. So first off, let's go ahead and hit play, see what we got, see where I left off. Alright, pretty ambient, pretty melodic. Let's clone Serum. Alright, and then let's go with I think what it's missing is maybe like I would add another pad in there maybe. And then let's just find something that sounds like the name's interesting. Doesn't mean it'll sound good. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Let's see if it could be something though. Oh yeah, I forgot we got let's turn this up so we can hear it. And let's go over to the mix. Let's turn off halftime for now, just so we can get a melody going. Just always tip for melodies, start off with a pretty decent kind of like, not complex melody, but something that you can grow from. And then once you've got that melody, just bridge and piggyback off of those. That's what I tend to do. Like I find melodies inside of like other melodies. So what I typically do is I'll take two melodies, well, make two melodies, and then they'll be kind of advanced, kind of, you know, ambient, melodic sounding, something that are like my main melodies, and I'll make them my melody and my background, like I've shown you guys in other tutorials. Once I do get those two, I piggyback off of those sounds, right? And so then from those two sounds, I create two more sounds. So now I have a total of 4 sounds that I've got, right? And then from those 2 new sounds that I made, I might piggyback and make 1 extra sound for just 1 extra little variation. So to have a total of 5 sounds. And that's typically how I kind of make my beats, or how I create variation, or how I keep it not so boring. And I'm sure you guys have, you know, heard this tip before, but try to change your beat up every 8 bars. So like when you're laying it out and structuring, make sure that it's changing and being different every 8 bars. And part of that is throwing some melodies in there. Don't go crazy with the melodies because you want to leave room for the artist, but you know, having extra melodies and having some excess sounds in there, something that you can add variation with, is always going to be a positive thing. All right, let's hop back into the tutorial. Back on halftime, make sure everything sounds good. So make sure we can hear it properly. Whenever you're making a beat and you got it in halftime, sometimes it's hard to make sure like everything is in key. So that's why I take it off of halftime, go build the melody, and then put it back into halftime. So that, if you're wondering why, that's why I do that, just so that I can make sure that everything's in key, make sure it sounds properly, and we don't have any unexpected hiccups. So we got serum in there twice. There. Let's I kind of want like a pad in there, so let's do insert. Let's go with expand and find a cool pad and expand because it has some sounds that I like. Go to soft pads. Let's just click on a random one real quick. Let me exit out of that too and turn this off. Boom. Actually, let's plug that thing on up. That thing's about to die. RIP to my phone here in a second. All right, let's get back in there. Let's see. Find something through expand. We can start with that just for now, just to have something to play with. So let's do some chords. And then turn that volume up so we can hear it. Turn this down. turn that up. Oh, I'm tripping the wrong one. I turned the wrong one down. And that's why it's so damn loud. Alright, let's try this again actually. Okay. the right button. I don't know why that shortcut wouldn't work earlier. That sounds good. shoot, didn't mean to do that. Let's grab this. Extend all the beats. I like to just make sure everything's extended so it makes it easier to lay it out, structure it, don't make any mistakes. Lock it all down to content. Okay. This is tedious as hell, but you know, it makes a difference in your beats. Helps you stay organized, understand the structure of beats. Like, as long as you do it like this, you won't mess up. Let's go to song mode. We'll have this one come in, and we'll throw in this 808, the breath, and then we'll go like that. throw my tag in there. We'll call it done.
This a malign beat. This a malign beat.
I still never put it back in halves because I just realized that I played this whole thing out way different than how I would have beforehand, but it's all good. That's the thing with making music, so right or wrong way. And what how it was sounding when I first made it versus what I'm getting now is totally different. So you know, just always go with the vibe, man. See what things feel like and sound like. See how you feel it. Throw this tag in there. Oh fuck. And then we're gonna do that. Boom. Same thing here. Turn it down a bit.
This a malign beat.
Alright, so that's about it, guys. That's all I got for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. This is, you know, pretty much start from finish of the beat. And, you know, with how you make a melodic beat. This is me finishing up basically my own collab, essentially. And hopefully you guys got something from this. Hopefully I dropped some gems for you guys, something that you could learn from and take home with you and use in your everyday, you know, producing life. But, yeah, that's all we got. So with these ambient melodic beats, it's just about picking out the right sounds, the right instruments. Like I say, always being organized, and you know, structure is always important as well too. That's really about it. I don't want to keep you guys too long, and we'll be back next week. Follow me on all my social media, Milan Makes Beats. If I got it, you'll find me. If I don't, you won't. And yeah, so just like the video, leave a comment, interact with the video either which way, so that you know the algorithm works in my favor. As long as you guys are continuing to help me out and push this content and like it and interact with it, I'll keep putting it out there, and hopefully you guys, you know, are enjoying it and using it, you know, to your advantage. So that's all I got for you guys. Follow me on all my social media, like I say, Milan Makes Beats, and we'll be back next week. Peace.